New York College was known for its sprawling campus, historic buildings, and the massive library at its heart. Students often joked that the library had seen more of their tears than their dorms had. But beneath the banter lay a hushed, shared unease about the library's basement, a section said to be haunted. Jenna, a history major, had heard the stories but never believed them. She was the rational type, always brushing off ghostly tales as tricks of the imagination. However, during finals week, desperate to find a rare book for her thesis, she ventured down to the forbidden basement alone. The stairs creaked under her weight as she descended. The air grew colder with each step, and the fluorescent lights buzzed dimly overhead. Rows of dusty shelves stretched endlessly, filled with books no one had touched in decades. She found the book, a thick, leather-bound volume with no title. As she reached for it, she noticed a shadow flicker at the edge of her vision. Turning quickly, she saw nothing but rows of books. Dismissing it as paranoia, she returned to her task. But then she heard it, a faint whisper. "Leave!" Jenna froze. The voice was low, almost a growl. She spun around, her heart pounding. The shadow reappeared, but this time, it wasn't at the edge of her vision. It was in front of her, growing larger, darker, and more defined. It formed the shape of a figure, its face obscured, but its intent was clear. It wanted her gone. Panicking, Jenna grabbed the book and bolted up the stairs. The whispers grew louder, more insistent, chasing her all the way to the main floor. As she burst through the library doors, the noises stopped. Breathless, she looked down at the book in her hands. The leather was warm to the touch, and the title had appeared on its cover, etched in blood-red script. "Do not open." That night, unable to resist her curiosity, Jenna opened the book. The first page read, "Welcome to the Shadow's domain. You can never leave." The whispers returned, louder than before. This time, they came from inside her dorm room. Hamilton Hall at New York College had a reputation for its eerie, unused rooms. The most infamous was room 413, also called the Mirror Room. Students whispered that no one stayed in there for more than a night, but the exact reasons were vague, a mixture of odd reflections, strange noises, and unsettling sensations. Megan, a freshman new to campus, didn't believe in ghost stories. When her roommate dared her to spend one night in the room, she took it as a challenge. Armed with her phone and a flashlight, Megan confidently entered room 413. The room was small, sparsely furnished, but its walls were lined with tall, antique mirrors. Their surfaces were slightly tarnished, reflecting distorted versions of the room. The air felt heavier in there, but Megan dismissed it as her imagination. As the evening progressed, the room grew colder. Megan set her phone on the nightstand and decided to document her experience on video, hoping to debunk the myths. But then, strange things began to happen. She noticed her reflection wasn't perfectly aligned with her movements. When she raised her hand, her mirrored self hesitated a split second before copying her. She laughed nervously and tried again. This time, her reflection didn't move at all. A chill ran down her spine. She backed away from the mirrors, only to feel a presence behind her. Turning quickly, she saw no one, but her reflection smiled, a wide, unnatural grin that didn't match her terrified face. The lights flickered, and the mirrors began to tremble. In their surfaces, Megan saw something horrifying, dozens of shadowy figures pressing against the glass from the other side, as if trying to break through. Her phone buzzed. A text appeared on the screen. "Get out. She's behind you." Megan didn't think twice. She ran out of the room, slamming the door behind her. As she caught her breath in the hallway, she glanced back at room 413. The door's surface gleamed, as though it was now a mirror. In its reflection, she saw herself standing in the hallway, but her reflection wasn't moving. Instead, it smiled that same sinister grin. She ran and never looked back. But from that night on, every mirror she passed seemed to hold something wrong. And sometimes, her reflection still grinned when she didn't.